get it? Alright.
Attention, the following video is going to totally kick. If you enjoy any of it and or have a large please click the like button below. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is, for anybody else that's in the Midwest, knows that we had a pretty mild, comfortable spring there for a while, and then just all of a sudden, man, it has just been mid to upper 90s for the past, past week or two, something like that. It's just been miserable. My son's baseball games and everything have just been, and it's about 9 a.m., so I'm beating a little bit of the heat, but we're about to get into the shipping container here, and we got to start processing all of our fireworks. I got to get everything broken down out of the cases and all that good stuff. So basically what I do is I have a wholesale account with fireworks, and I put in a real big order, but it's not all just for me. I hook up some friends and family and stuff like that with really good fireworks prices, and we just kind of split the freight charge and stuff like that, so that way I can keep having the wholesale account, because generally anything you have a wholesale account with, they want you to be buying larger quantities that I don't necessarily need. I set off a fairly big show every year. For those of you guys that have been following me for a while, you know that, but I still don't set off that much. So yeah, that's why I got to get everything broken down. I got to get it all out, figure out what I got, figure out if I'm missing anything, and then build everybody's orders. Because basically the friends and family that I do help out, they don't tell me exactly what they want. They just say, I want this much worth, and I want a good mixture of artillery shells and cakes, but like 60% artillery, 40% cakes, or whatever the case may be. And then I have to build out the order. So that's what we're starting today. I'm hoping to get it all sorted and everything today and start working on like picking orders and have it finished by tomorrow, hopefully, because I put in this order months ago and it just took forever for them to actually get it shipped out to me. I think they were waiting on some containers, trying to figure out what was going on with the tariffs and stuff like that. But anyways, let's get started. So for those of you guys that have never seen in here before, I did put up a video a few years ago when I first got this shipping container. You see back there at the very end, there's just some storage too, but it's mostly fireworks. But here is all the new stuff that came in this year. I actually had to get my son to a baseball game shortly after the freight truck showed up. So we literally just threw it. It's about it was just under 1,500 pounds. So I literally just, we threw it all in here, and then took the trailer off the truck and headed to a baseball game. And now I get to unpack every single case. So I'll take you guys along for that. I shot off one of these Fresh Catch the other night. It was really nice. Let's see, what do we got? Smokin' is new. Lunker, maybe. Yee. I had to get it just for the name. Like, what in the world? So I'll show you guys some of the new stuff. We got Final Boss. I don't think that's something we've had before. I got some like 2-inch and 3-inch. What do they call them? It's got a name kind of similar, like Moab. It stands for something on board. I can't remember now. I don't even know what this is. It's like a finale kit. I think it is. I don't think that's what I ordered. I think that's a substitution. There's a good one. Got some fun names. Loud and Proud is one I always go with. Those are good. Lion's Mane are some of my favorite 60-gram artillery shells. You can see I've got here. So basically, last year I put up a comparison video. They have the exact same shells and break effects in these two different kits, but one's No Name fireworks and one's Sunwing. They're basically the exact same product though. They're just big, beautiful golden palms like that. Some of them have some color variations and stuff. So I always try to re-up on at least one of those because they're my favorite artillery shells for my own shows, and my mom is also a huge fan of the, she's also a big fan. I think that's her favorite. No, I know that that's her favorite as far as like sky pretty stuff is the golden palms. So I always make sure I have a healthy supply of those. But anyways, I got to get to work. I love you guys. All right. There it is. Look how much sweat. So, for those of you that don't know, when it's when it's like 95 degrees outside in a shipping container. I should bring a thermometer out here. I really should. It's probably, I don't even know. It feels like 120 in here. That's all the boxes broke down. And as you can kind of see, we'll do a quick run. I'll show you guys some thumbnail. Look at all the fireworks I scalped. I drove to every tent in Missouri and bought out every firework so I can sell them on eBay for 3 times MSRP. There we go. We got a good thumbnail. Somewhere in there, there's a thumbnail. Yeah. All right, let me show you guys some individual such and stuffs. So what I just did is I broke every single thing down, and then I put little price tags on them with what the freight cost worked into the fireworks. Does that make sense? So, you know, if there's 400 pieces here, I take the freight cost and I divide that by how many items there were, and then I add that to the cost that I paid for every individual item. So I have to, like, some of these things are cases of 3, some are cases of 4. So I have like a spreadsheet. I enter everything out. And it figures out exactly the cost per item. And then I slap a price on it so I don't have to like look every item up whenever my mom comes over here and is like, yo, give me my fireworks. She can just pick out what she wants and she knows exactly what she owes me. So it's a good little system. I got a lot of new stuff this year. I went with a lot of Sunwing that I hadn't seen before, because the more I'm dabbling with I usually steer almost exclusively No Name and Supreme, 2 good brands that I enjoy. But I'm starting to like Sunwing more and more, so I'm trying out some of their stuff. What are these? Yee? That's No Name. Okay. Hot Pickle's a classic I've had many times. Star and Bars. That's Sunwing. It's hard to tell, but there's a little logo right there on the truck. Let's see. 1 Minute Absolute Pyro is new. Star and Bars is new. Rock On is new. Never Retreat, Never Surrender is new. Fury I've had. Welcome to the Circus is new. Artificial Intelligence is new. Coco Palm is new. I've had Lunker before. Coco Palm is also Sunwing. Devious Delight. I've had those many times. Zombie Howl is new. That's a fun little like holographic wrap on that one. And then there's this brand too, Suns Fireworks. And Forward Fireworks. Sorry, Forward Fireworks and Suns Fireworks. Haven't had either one of those before. So we got UFO, Vintage Vehicle, Bacon King. I'm pretty sure that's No Name, even though I don't see the brand. I'm almost positive that's No Name. Crazy Goose, Sunwing, that's new. I almost never get... I remember what these are called, by the way. They're NOABs, N-O-A-B. It stands for 9 on a board, because you got 9... tubes on a board. It's honestly, it's a pretty gimmicky thing. It's the exact same thing that's what's in here, just not wrapped in paper, and it's got, you know, individual wraps on the tubes to look prettier. But a lot of times the breaks are bigger. Sometimes the tubes in these are a little bit smaller. That's how I've always shopped anyways. Like if you're buying cakes, you feel the tubes, and then you compare the how many shots and the price and the weight and everything, but you got to be careful of the weight. Let me show you guys something. So this is one of, here, let me show you down here. This is one of these Final Boss right here. So it's basically a NOAB, but it's only 7 shots. So 7 shots, so you can't technically call it a NOAB. And it's wrapped, but one of these basically just fell out of the wrap whenever I was getting them out of the case. And see this tube right here? So anything like this, I just set off either to demo it because I haven't seen these yet. I'll just set it off before the 4th, or I'll put it in part of my show. Probably not this one with that super loose tube. But I was talking about weight. It's like the scene in Jurassic Park. Because remember the scene in Jurassic Park, right? Come on. Where are you guys? My 90s kids. So remember the scene in Jurassic Park where the kids are rummaging around and he finds the NVGs, the night vision goggles, in the stalled out Jeep right before the T-Rex, and the lawyer with the stick up his butt, he's like, where'd you get those? And he's like, under the seat. And he's like, are they heavy? And he said, yes. He said, then they're expensive. Put them back, right? So one of the things I started doing early on shopping for fireworks is like the more weight it had, I was like, oh, the more powder, right? Not necessarily. This one literally has blocks of concrete or some sort of, heavy plaster or something. And also the bottom board is pretty thick, but so you have to be careful. The weight doesn't always equal to a better firework, but these do have some nice, those are 2-inch, maybe a little over. So I am excited to try that one out. I was like, oh, bummer, this one's damaged. I have to set it off, right? All right, keep on going down the line. So yeah, I normally don't get these, but I wanted to just switch it up a little bit because they're usually a little bit more expensive. But even these smaller 2-inch tubes, sometimes they do have much better, bigger breaks. So I figured we'd dabble a little bit this year. And then the bottom ones, the Terror of the Skies, those are big daddy 3-inchers. So those will be nice. Down the hatch, I don't think I've had those before. I can't remember. Those are no name. Junkyard Dog I've had before. Those are decent. Out on a Limb is one of my favorite cakes of all time. This guy is a 2-minute 63 shot. Beautiful cake. I absolutely love a nice one like that. You throw that in the middle of your in the middle of your show, and it really helps stretch it out. But it's also just a really good quality cake. There's the final boss, like I was showing you guys. That's missing the wrapper. Meet the Family. Look at these guys. Look at those beautiful. Oh my, I didn't even notice the turkey's alive. That's messed up. We got Fresh. So Meet the Family's new. That's No Name. Fresh Catch by No Name is also new. I actually set one of those off the other night, and it was pretty nice. I think that's about it. That I was just seeing some like weird lag on the frame rate lag on that front camera. It might be because my phone's getting super hot in here. But yeah, that's basically it. I finally got it all broken down. I got the price figured out for each one and what I actually paid with all the freight shipping, and because I live residential. I don't have like an actual I have a warehouse, but it's on my residential property, whatever I'm trying to say. So, basically you get kind of nailed on freight shipping if you don't have like a loading bay where a semi truck can just back right up to it, because they have to bring a special truck out with a pallet jack and a gate, and then you get charged a little bit more. So it's important to, it's not just like buying, I don't know, I'm trying to like think of something else comparable. It's not like buying anything else where you could just be like, yeah, the shipping was only $20. It was much more than $20. It was about $500 for all this stuff. So it's important whenever you're paying that much for shipping and delivery that you have to factor it into the stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it right now. So now I've got to get, I don't know if I was just talking about it earlier. Normally I like pick out my mom's order. She just tells me like how much and kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I just fill it out. I think I'm going to let her know this year if she wants to just come over and pick it out herself, and see what she thinks. Because that would take a little work off my plate, to be honest. So I got to get all that done, and then I got to start setting out. I got to start pulling out what I'm going to do for my show, and getting all that ready, and get all the fuses ready to go, because I e-match everything. I set everything off remotely, and yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna cool down now. I feel like I'm just rambling through heat exhaustion right now. So I'm gonna sit out here. Luckily, there's a nice breeze, and I'm gonna cool off. And yeah, so that's how fireworks work. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday morning. Normally I don't vlog on the weekends, but we changed the structure a little bit. Normally I'd be editing the video today and tomorrow, getting it up tomorrow early for channel members, and then it going fully public on Monday. We're changing that to Wednesday. So I've got a couple orders that, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they're past due on shipment, and I never do that. But this week has just been nuts with the fireworks coming in and having to get all that 1,500 pounds of fireworks all sorted and all that good stuff, and my son's last baseball games, and then the tournament started the day before yesterday. Today we have 2 more games, regardless of what happens in the first game. They won their first tournament game. So tonight, so this morning, after that game, they'll either play for third or for first in the championship, which is pretty exciting. So we're gonna have fun, like a fun family day down at the lake all day. For that, and then tomorrow we have a family barbecue. We've got some family from out of state that we don't see all the time. So that'll be fun. Bad news is, after I got all the fireworks handled, this old man the next morning got on the treadmill, was doing his morning. I do like a mile and a quarter on the treadmill every morning. Nothing too crazy, but just trying to stay active. And I was doing that as it was moving. I was like I was trying to like put my phone down or pick my phone up or something off the table next to it. And when I did that, I just like tweaked my back, threw my back out. I'm so old. I don't know if that's the term. I don't know, what isn't throwing your back out even mean? I tweaked my lower back. So I'm dealing with the repercussions of that today, which is fun. So if you see me getting around a little less or a little slower, that's why. But anyways, we got a few packages to get out before we have to leave to go to the tournament. And there's more orders, but this is all I have time to pack today and get Twitter videos ready this morning before we leave and all that good stuff. So I'll just have to catch up tomorrow and Monday. That just is what it is, man. There ain't no time right now. So, had to mow last night. Just busy. Here we go. Let me show you what we got. Not a whole lot, but we got the Millionaire Course Seminar by Mark Allen on CD. I was gonna say it looks CD size, but it could be like 2 cassettes or something. I pick up this stuff fairly often. It seems like people in my area get this kind of stuff all the time, and then it just gets forgotten about and never used. So especially if I find it sealed, even excuse me, even the cassettes. And to be honest, I picked up a lot of stuff like this on cassette that's even used. But if they have the full set, like if every little, you open it like a book and there'll be like spots for cassettes. If all the cassettes are there, I will pick it up if it's only like $1. And a lot of times that's all people want for them. Like just super cheap stuff. And I sell that kind of stuff all the time. But anyways, this one sold for $19 free ship, and I probably spent like $0.25 or $1. I wouldn't have spent more than $1 on something like that. Got a message from a buyer on these. I had them listed for $20. They offered $15. I said, no, thank you. They said, what's the best you can do? And I said, honestly, I think they're fairly priced. And then they purchased them. So a lot of times when I get messages about cheaper prices, I just hold my ground, and eventually they'll end up buying it. Sometimes they don't, but from my experience, if I just hold my ground on my price, it almost always sells to that same person. Or ironically, sometimes I'll get a message from a person wanting a cheaper price. I turn that down. And then they'll make fun of me for like, oh, you're never going to sell that. And then somebody else buys it in the next like 24 to 48 hours. It's weird. I don't know how that works out, but it does happen. So the combo of two here, we got Catwoman and Two-Face, obviously, sold for $20 as well. So free ship on that as well. So not a whole lot of profit there, but is what it is. And then we got 2 of the 100 Acre Wood Winnie the Pooh scent pack things. These are the guys that man, my wife was selling Scentsy for a little bit, which was cool just because it basically paid for like us to have free Scentsy product. Just like the sales would offset what we use personally, which was cool. But Scentsy is like, I don't know, man. The more I see about how they operate, it just they do everything now. Like they're trying to be, I don't know. It's like Funko. Like it was fun at first, and then everything is Funko now, and you're like, do we really need all of this Funko? It's the same with Scentsy. They've got car fresheners and teddy bears that you shove these scent sacks in. That's what those are. And just, I mean, I can't even think of like the 1,000 different ridiculous products that Scentsy has now. But people love it, and it does sell if you find it cheap enough out in the wild. I got this just, from my wife's stash. So anyways, these are the orders going out today. Those 2 Winnie the Pooh Scentsy packs sold for $25 for the 2 of them. So I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to get these packed up and get them on out of here. And then, like I said, there are a lot more orders that I'm just waiting for the time to actually be able to process them. And I'll show you guys that before the end of this video. So that's what's going on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Internet Explorer Shed of Paradise. We today have some orders going out. Where do I hold my camera? What is going on? How am I a vlogger? So, I hope that these videos, I don't know, we're in a weird transitional state right now because we were doing the videos that footage for them would end on Friday/Saturday, and then the videos would go up Monday, and now we're doing, video content will end on Monday/Tuesday, and the video will go up Wednesday. So, a little bit different, and we're like in the first time that we've transitioned to that. So like there's going to be like a week and a half of footage in this one, I think. I don't know. We're rolling with it. Plus it's a holiday week, so just everything feels weird. But yeah, here's what's going on. We got some orders packed up. I got all the fireworks situated and stuff. This week basically for me is going to be take it as easy on regular work stuff as possible because I have to devote as much time as I possibly can to the fireworks situation for my own personal show that I do every year. For all you guys asking, is there going to be a fireworks show this year? I don't know if you guys have noticed, the ones that are asking, I don't think I've ever missed a year. The one year that the 4th of July had to be canceled because there was a burn ban here, I pulled all my like favorite shows and favorite moments and stuff from previous 4th of Julys and put it all into one video and did like a 3-hour live stream or something like that. So I don't think I've ever missed a year when it comes to like 4th of July content. So if you're interested in that stuff, definitely go back and check out all the stuff that you maybe missed. And the last couple of years I've been trying to go harder on like the whole week before and week after. Sometimes I kind of like, I do the big video that everybody wants to see, like the main show, but I'll do like content that shows off the setup and the preparation of all that, any testing and stuff that I do. And I also make a lot of short content now on just like, so like I have wholesale distribution. So the majority of the stuff that you see on the big show all comes from that, right? Or like 99% of it. But then I like to go to the tents. I like to go to as many tents as possible and just kind of compare prices to what I'm getting for my wholesale account, make sure I'm like still getting a good deal, and I very much am. But also I like to pick up just like the weird novelty stuff. I actually saw some stuff the day before yesterday when I was at a tent that I wish I would have picked up, but I spent a lot of money on other stuff, and I'll share more on that here in a bit. But I saw like SpongeBob and Patrick Star. And what else was there? I picked up a couple things. I picked up a Luigi, stuff that like you're not supposed to see in a tent because it's like obviously copywritten by like Nintendo or Nickelodeon and all the whatever these companies are. But China doesn't really care about our intellectual property rights. So anytime I see weird stuff like that, I like picking it up and just making like a short content video, just a little review. Because most of the time it's just stuff you shouldn't have spent your money on. Every once in a while, though, you'll get something you're like, that was actually kind of cool. So I do a lot of little short form content videos on stuff like that. If you're interested in that stuff, make sure you're paying attention to my shorts here on the main channel or following me on Twitter. I try to upload them on both. So anyways, let's show you guys what we're packing up here today. This isn't everything. This is the stuff that I have to get out today. It's just been with my son's baseball tournament, which is now over, thankfully. We took second place, only lost by 1 point. It was an amazing game. 3 games in the matter of 2 days, I think, something like it. It was crazy. But we had so much fun. But just between that and now 4th of July weekend being here and all the craziness, this phone is brand new because my other phone crapped out. I tweaked my back the other day because I'm an old man now. It's been wild. So these are the orders that have to go out today. I have some more stuff that I'll show you guys tomorrow. But here we go. We got Lucario V-Star collection box that's going out for, what is that, $59 it looks like. We got the V-Heroes Spring 2022, I think that's right. Set of 3, so you got the Espeon, Umbreon. Who's the other one? Glaceon? No, Sylveon, Espeon, Umbreon. Those are going for $185, so that's a really good sale there. 2 more of our jumbo collection binders. I know some of you guys are really excited to see me sell the last one. Maybe we'll set off a celebratory firework or something when that happens. Those are selling for $13.89 a pop. This is a really good sale here. These are actually kind of a fun thing. I bought these on eBay when I was doing a lot of breaks, and I bought like a case or, a large quantity at least. I don't think it was a full case, but I bought them in bulk to try to secure a little bit of a better deal. So these are XY Flash Fire, which is a very popular set because there's a Big Daddy Charizard in here. But as you can see, Destellos de Fuego. These are Spanish. So you can get better deals on Pokemon a lot of times if you get like the Chinese print or you get like the Spanish print. This is the only thing I've ever gotten in Spanish. The cool thing is that I believe only the moves, I'm trying to remember, I haven't opened a pack in so long, but I believe only like the description of the moves of the attacks or whatever on the card, only those are in Spanish. So like if you pull a Charizard, it'll actually say Charizard. So it's like it's in Spanish, but it's still like when you pull a Chinese card or a Japanese card, it's all like symbols that I can't understand. The names are still English, if I remember correctly. But anyways, this is a Big Daddy one. I think when I got these, I got them for like around somewhere between like $100 to $200 a piece on these boxes. But like I said, I made a big quantity purchase, contact the buyer or the seller, and I was like, hey, I'd buy a lot if you can give me a little bit of a better deal. And he did, and now the market has gone up quite a bit on them, and this one sold for $500 for one little booster box. I got 2 more of those, and yeah, so happy with that, obviously. Then we got a little, what are these, Little Tykes? Little Tykes, I think, without showing customer. Fisher Price, these little guys. You guys have seen these, like, I don't know, well, those of you that are my age, we kind of grew up playing with a bunch of this kind of stuff, the Little Tykes and the Little People and whatever they're called. And all the little playhouses and cars and tree houses and blah, 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 blah. I come across this stuff all the time, and if it's cheap enough, I'll pick it up. Because every once in a while, there are some like little rare variants of these people and stuff like that. And there's still a pretty big market for these guys. On this specific sale, I didn't make like a whole lot of money or anything. But it was $10. Free ship, so, you know, after fees and stuff, I'll probably still make $3 or $4, so I'm happy with that. And then we just got a Lego slide here from one of the, like, Lego Friends girl sets. That only sold for $6 free ship, so, you know, I'll make like $1 probably after I ship it, if I'm lucky. But that's it for today. I'm going to put the phone down. I'm going to get to packing, and I'll see you guys soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the shed. There, we'll just keep it simple this time. Got a bunch of orders here going out today. Finally getting caught up on all the orders. Been a madhouse. Whenever I get that huge shipment of fireworks, a lot of it is, like I said, it's kind of like a split a deal. Whenever I order all that stuff in, all of it's not for me. So we kind of split up the order. So I had to get all that taken care of. I would say about half of it is gone now. So that was a lot of work, obviously. Now it is, as I'm recording this, it is Tuesday. I'm doing my show Friday night. I have this much progress done on my own show. So I got to get out there. I got to start picking out what I even want to have for my show. I got to start fusing. I got to start opening packaging, getting canister shells ready, getting racks ready, getting all my modules ready, making sure batteries are ready for cameras, all that stuff. And I've got, like, 3 days to do it. So yeah, so I got to get these out, and then I'm basically going to have head down. Then I'm going to edit this video, and then after that, I'm going to just basically focus on fireworks for the rest of the week. And so that got me thinking about next week's video. I don't think I have time, plus there wouldn't really be anything to record. Yeah, I think basically what I'm going to do is, instead of doing like the eBay Pokemon video next week, that's just going to be replaced by my fireworks video. I'll put the fireworks video up Wednesday from the show Friday night. So that'll be like the lead up to the fireworks, so like all the setup and stuff like that, or not, maybe not all of it. Some of the setup you'll see in this video. Dude, I don't know, I'm so confused on timelines. Basically, the fireworks video is going to replace next week's like eBay/Pokemon video, and then the internet sales, internet retail vlog content will resume the following week, just because I don't really have time to do both. I can't make both of those videos work. So anyways, let's get to the orders. Here we go. Pretty decent spread here today. We got 2 Alakazam V collection boxes. These were, I think, from the Vivid Voltage release. They have a Vivid Voltage pack in there, but it looks like also Battle Styles, Darkness Ablaze. I believe that's Rebel Clash? If somebody knows any different, let me know. But I think that's what that is. So we got 2 of those sold for $43. We got a Lucario V-Star box sold for $59, $40, $60 basically. We got another set of the V-Heroes 10s, Espeon, Umbreon, and Sylveon for $185. We got an Inteleon League Battle deck, went for $20. We got Gardevoir Victini V battle decks going for $24. We got a Weiss Schwartz Nazareth Tomb of the Undead booster box going for $100. We got 2 sleeved booster box art sets for Battle Styles going for $70. And then we've got 2 singles here going for like $3. That covers the TCG side. And then if you guys remember, this was the big video game buy that I had. This finally sold for $100. So that, well, actually it was $95, I guess. $95 for the big long box NBA Jam Tournament Edition. If you guys remember, the case was super busted, so I had to buy a game. I think I found it was just a case. Actually, there was no game. It was just a case for a different game, long box, obviously. And they only had like $15, maybe a little bit less on it. And I bought it just because I could tell the case was in pretty good condition. And then I just swapped out all the manuals and the packaging and made it a nice, clean NBA Jam long box copy. And sold it for a little higher than what I would have been able to. I probably would have only gotten like $70 out of it or something if I didn't replace the case. So that was worth it. We got Donkey Kong Country SNES manual only there for $9 plus $5 ship. We got a little, what is this, Ninja Corp Shinobi Squad action figure guy. He went for $10, free ship. We got a Mr. Slave, the Kid Robot vinyl collectible blind box figure stuff things, guys. The ones I have sealed, unopened boxes of these too, but these are a bunch that I was opening back in the day for social media posts. And I just put them all back in the bag and kept the boxes and everything and then listed them individually. That sold for $25. And then we have a Halloween haunted house. I don't know what you call these. The light goes like nativity scene thing, I guess. I don't know. That sold for $38. I think I got it for a couple bucks. Nothing too crazy there. And then we have a Hank Williams vinyl lot of 4. And those sold for $25 free ship. So I've got a lot of stuff here that I need to pack up. And I'm going to do that now. So I'm trying to think. Is this the last clip you guys are going to see? Yeah, this is the end of the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm still figuring out how these are going to be structured now that we've kind of abandoned the idea of like doing the weekly totals and stuff. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to get away from like showing the numbers, as much as I know a lot of you guys were into that, and it was like a good motivating factor for me. I don't know, I just didn't feel like fully comfortable sharing sales numbers with people. You know, there's a lot of hardworking people out there living totally happy lives, but you know, they might be working at a McDonald's or something and making you know, making just enough to get by, living paycheck to paycheck and stuff. And then I'm uploading these videos of like $20,000 in 1 week, and it's like, I don't know, just didn't feel right about it. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate all the support, all you guys that are continuing to be a paid channel member and watching these videos a day early. Thank you very much. So the day early is going to be Tuesday now. The early access day will be Tuesday on these videos. Regular upload time for everybody else will be Wednesdays. Is kind of the plan going forward, and we're just going to see what happens. So look forward to doing the firework content. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I will be posting, from the time you see this, there will probably already be a few, if not more, shorts. I'll be doing shorts here on the YouTube channel, but also short content over on X. I guess I'm actually getting used to saying that now, which feels weird because I've had a Twitter account since like 2009 or 10 or something. But yeah, I like to buy just like the weird stuff from the tent that I don't get from my wholesale distribution. I like to just go to tents and look at their prices and stuff like that, but also find the little weird stuff and just buy it to make a short video to see if it sucks or if it's cool. Most of the time they suck, sometimes they're cool, but they're fun little shorts that I do every year. And yeah, so if you're interested in the firework content, definitely check out the shorts tab here on the YouTube channel or follow me on X. I post, you know, a bunch of gaming clips and stuff there too. So anyways, that was a long ramble for an outro. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.